Hi, how you doing? Aaron here. Today I'm going to be showing the steps and procedures necessary to replace the pads and the rotors on a Chevy Silverado. This happens to be a 2015 two-wheel drive 1500, but the procedures are the same for 2015 through 2018. Went ahead, purchased the rotors and some ceramic brake pads from O'Reilly's. Ran about $140 for everything. Rotors are kind of big. So let's go ahead and go over the tools you'll need to get the job done. Alright, so here's the tools you're going to need to do the job. I'm using an impact to remove the wheels, and a 21mm is a socket to remove the lug nuts. Depending on what model you have, you might need a 22mm or 21mm. You're going to need an 18mm socket or wrench. You're going to need a 13mm or 1/2 inch. I'm using a 3/8 drive here. You're going to need a 1/2 inch drive ratchet, breaker bar, and a 13/16 wrench. Also going to need a way to compress the piston into the caliper, and that's what I'm going to be using. I'll show you some other things that you can use, so let's go ahead and start this job. So the first step is going to be jack up the vehicle using some jack stands, secure it, and remove the wheel. So the next step that we're going to want to do is to remove this caliper right here that sits over the pads and the rotor. In order to do that, we're going to have to remove 2 caliper mounting bolts, one right here and one right there. You're going to need your 1/2 inch ratchet or wrench to remove this bolt right here. If your brakes are original just like these, chances are you're going to have a little bit of a tough time getting these bolts out without this caliper sliding pin spinning. So what I did is I took a 13/16 wrench to hold that bolt in place while you remove the other bolt. Once you have both bolts out, you can take your caliper, swing it up to the leaf springs to get it out of the way, make sure it's nice and secure, it won't fall, and then remove your old brake pads. Now the very next thing before we continue is to compare your old brake pads to your new ones to make sure that everything is in the original position, and to make sure that the parts counter guy gave you the right brake pads. Alright, so now that we got the brake pads removed, we're going to go ahead and remove this caliper mounting bracket right here in order to get off, take off the rotor, which are original rotors. If you're not replacing your rotor, you can go ahead and put your new pads, but I'm going to be replacing the rotor, so now's a good time to take this off. As you can see, there are 2 bolts that hold this on. You're going to use your 18mm to bust off these bolts. Alright, so now that we've got those bolts out, we can remove the caliper mounting bracket and then remove the rotor. One quick tip, you might have to insert a bolt into here. If you live in a state that has a lot of rust, these rotors will be on very tight. Insert and tighten down a bolt. There's 2 holes, and that will press the rotor off of the hub. Alright, and just like we did with the brake pads, we're going to compare rotors to make sure that your new part is the same as your old, and as you can see they are. So next step we're going to do is we're going to clean the rotors of any debris and oil before we install them, so we don't contaminate our brake pads. A lot of places like O'Reilly's, Napa, they'll have a fine coat of oil. You can actually feel it on here, so go ahead, get yourself some brake parts cleaner, spray it on, and wipe down your rotor before you install it. Alright, so now that we got our rotor on, we need to put our caliper mounting bracket back on. But before we do, one little tip that I have that I like to do on all my brake jobs with these types of configurations is to remove all the old grease out of the caliper slide pin. All you have to do is just gently pull it out and lubricate it with some new grease. That just prevents them from seizing up in the future, and without grease they definitely will. So now we're ready to go ahead and put back your bolts. If you have some red Loctite or some blue Loctite, go ahead and throw it on there. That just helps the caliper mounting bracket stay in nice and tight and give it a lot of torque. I think the factory torque spec is around 100 foot-pounds. Alright, so the next step that we're going to want to do is compress the piston back into the caliper to make room for the new brake pads. There's a couple ways to do this. I have this handy little tool. You just spin it and it compresses the piston. You could also get some C-clamp that'll compress it back in, or some channel locks if you're careful. You could do that, or if you're strong enough, I guess you could try to do it by hand. I'm nowhere near strong enough, so go ahead, compress that piston, and then we're going to install the brake pads. Alright, so we've got our piston compressed. Now it's time to install the brake pads. If you notice, one of your brake pads has a little metal piece, one does not. this is your squealer bar, and when your brakes wear down to a certain level, this little metal piece is gonna make contact with the rotor and make a noise, and basically it's just a wear bar indicating that it's time for new brakes. This pad right here goes on the inside, so make sure you install that. You install it on the inside towards the piston of the caliper, not the outside. Just a little note for you there. Alright, so we got our caliper back on over our pads. Next thing to do is install our 2 caliper mounting bolts that go into the slide pins that we grease up right here. Got some Loctite, go ahead and put some on. I'm not going to put them on, but go ahead and get both of those tight, and we're going to throw on the wheel. Alright, so we got the brakes on, got the rotors on, got everything put back together. Vehicle's back on the ground, we torqued the wheels, it's all ready to go. Next step you're going to have to do is you're going to have to take out all the distance between the new brake pads and the caliper. So start up the truck and go ahead and depress the brake pedal all the way down until you get a firm brake pedal. Once you're done with that, you're ready for a test drive. I hope this video has helped you out. If it has, like and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section if you do the job differently or if you have any questions at all. And thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.